This week, the Jolly Green Giant is back. He's going on a trip and he's got a whole lot of work to be done. So let us get busy. Do not be alarmed. Do not call the police. No one has broken in and stolen my body parts. No, sir. Here they are right here. I spent yesterday tearing this apart, trying to see all the rust damage that we've got to repair. We'll talk about that here in a minute, and it's a lot to talk about. Oh, yeah. Firstly, I told you the old Jolly Green Giant is going on a trip. Yes, sir. He's going on Hot Rod Power Tour 2025, and we have 4 weeks to get this roadworthy. Yep, got a lot to do. Matter of fact, let's just go on over here to the board. I got a pretty good list of stuff we got to do. Nothing super major except for this. We'll talk about it in a little bit, like I said, but right now, let's just see what all I got to do. Fix rust, top of the list. Oh, yeah. Exhaust, we got to finish that because she's really loud. Exhaust pipe just come in. It's sitting on the front porch. Mufflers, I think, will be here tomorrow, so we might do the exhaust tomorrow. We got to lower it. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it. We could do spindles and springs up front, and springs in the back, or we could do springs front and back, or we may do airbags. And here's why I'm considering airbags. Just like the last trip I went on in the old Silver Bullet, I had a lot of tools in the back, and it really made her squat. Air shocks, those anyway, are garbage. If I put airbags on the back at least, then that'll help us, raise it back up where it won't be sagging and bouncing and carrying on. If we're going to do it on the back, might as well do it on the front too. It's not that big a deal. It's more of a money situation than it is, actually getting it done. I may decide tonight what I'm going to do to lower it. Wheels and tires. I mean, look what we got, fellas. We can't be riding around with that old junk. No, sir. We got to have at least wide tires on the back. Come on, man. Electrical. It is an electrical nightmare. Best I remember, the only thing that works is the ignition switch. And it seemed like a tail light over yonder. That's about it. Yeah. We got to work on that. Matter of fact, that's what I'm fixing to start working on here in a little bit. Finish the gauges. Well, they don't have lights, power running to the lights. I don't have a volt gauge. That'd be nice to have. Power steering. Well, let me tell you this. See anything with an X? That's optional. It doesn't have to be, but sure would be nice to have power steering. We'll talk about that later, but very quickly, last night I did a little research. I was wondering if a square body steering box will fit. It'll bolt right up. Might have to get a different rag joint. That's it. I got a square body steering box. Want to buy that. I'll have to buy a power steering pump and belt and hoses. We have to rig up brackets on that LT1 motor. I'm sort of regretting using the LT1 motor now because the accessory bracket stuff. I got to study up on that. Where were we at? Interior things. That is, well, like this door here. There's no window regulator. There's no latch, door, the handle here. That whole thing's missing. And the what do they call this? The relay, where your door handle is. It's gone too. I got all that stuff coming. What's next? Shifter has an X beside it. My conduit shifter works pretty good. It just needs to be a little longer. If I can find one cheaply, then we may put a better shifter in it. Steam lines, if you will recall, that's an LT1 motor. The steam lines are on the back of the head. I just got them sort of crossed to each other. Well, they need to be from here to over there teed, and then run up to the radiator. We got a spot for it, if I remember right. I just got to finish running that. Not really necessary, but yeah, it is actually. Well, we got to have seats. I got to have somewhere to sit. Probably go to the junkyard and find some out of an old Suburban or Blazer or whatever. I wouldn't mind having bucket seats. Windshield wipers, that's pretty much a must. The motor may work. I know we need blades. The motor may work. That's part of the electrical I'll be fooling with today. Speedometer, not necessary, but I would like to have it. AC, I have a complete AC for one of these trucks. Remember the feller that I told y'all about's got the 69 panel truck. He gave me the complete AC system off of it. He went with vintage air. If we have time, we may try to hook that up. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Tachometer, not necessary, but I would like to have one. Fuel pump is necessary. If you recall, the LT1 does not have a provision for a mechanical pump. So we got to rig up an electrical pump. Gas tank is coming. I don't know when it'll be here, probably next week sometime. Sway bar, at least on the front, would be nice to make this thing handle a little bit better. Again, it has an X-bite. It's not necessary, but I may study up and see if you can get one out of the junkyard and put on it. If so, then that's what we'll do. That is the end of the list for now. I'm sure there's some stuff I've forgotten. I'll write it up there later. But now let's go over rust damage real quick. Like it's let me get the word out. It's extensive. Oh yeah. Right here in the cowl, well, you can see, which we're not worried about this right now. I can fix that later. What we're worried about is in this area here. As you can see, we need floorboards. We need that brace. The A-pillar, it's rotten. Well, it's rotten all the way up to here, really. The A-pillar is only 12 inches, and it's like right here. So there's going to be some rust here that either is unrepaired, or I'm just going to have to rig it up repaired. So the A-pillar's got to be replaced. Outer rocker panel, inner rocker panel, floorboard, and then I think they sell this part of the floorboard too. I'm not sure. I didn't buy it. I got to restudy on that. The B-pillar, I think it's rotten. I got them coming anyways. I'm pretty sure it's rotten, yeah. Like right there. That's coming. Same thing on the other side pretty much. Got to have A-pillar, outer rocker, inner rocker, floorboard, B-pillar, and third door rocker. They didn't sell, this is the outer third door. Well, I didn't see a third door inner, but it may be the same as these. If so, I didn't buy it. I'll have to buy it and put that in. I don't know, fellas, because it's all rusted away. I don't know what's actually there. This post here, if y'all will recall, it's not even attached. Oh no, we're wiggling everywhere. We'll have to tie it in, and there was no floorboard back here you could buy. So I'm hoping maybe the rocker looks like it may tuck up under right here, so we might be okay there. If nothing else, I'll just cut a little section out, put me a 90 on her, and weld it up. Yeah, we'll do something. Floorboard's pretty bad over here too. Oh yeah, kick panels. Yeah, I got kick panels coming too. Don't know when this stuff's to be here. It may be here tomorrow. It may be here Monday. I don't know. As far as the rust on the outside, we ain't worried about it. No, so we ain't worried about looks right now, other than dropping her down in some wheels and tires. Yeah, she's going to be a rusty mess on the outside for now. We'll get to that later. Yeah, we got plenty of time on down the road. But anyways, right now, about the only thing I can do, because I am waiting on parts, is let's start working on the electrical. Let me put the battery back in it and go to checking stuff with the meter. First things first, let's start with the headlights. I just got back from Ireland to get that dimmer switch and completely forgot to get headlights. Yep. We do have bulbs we can use right now just to test. Next time I go to Ireland, I'll pick some up. But anyways, let me get this dimmer switch changed out, and we'll check them out. Like I said a minute ago, I have ordered most of the parts, and I spent a small fortune on them last night. If you would like to help the channel buy parts like that, well, feel free. This is not going to come loose. No, so we're going to have to cut these screws out. Imagine that. Anyway, if you would like to support the channel monetarily, check my description below. Go to my Patreon channel, join it for either $2.50 or $5 a month, and you can help us buy parts, or you can go to the link in the description and buy some merch, hats, t-shirts, whatever your heart desires. Anyway, let me cut these screws out, because that's the only way they're coming out. We'll get that switch put on and check the headlights. We have headlights, high beam and low beam. Of course, you remember those bulbs are too small. They're for the GMC double lights. I got to have, what is it, 7-inch lights? I don't remember, but yes, sir. We do have headlights, but the pigtail end, it's all crudted up from that old switch. Some of the prongs are rusted up in there, so I got to get a new pigtail for that dimmer switch. I reckon now that we got headlights, let's see about parking lights and turn signals. They done cut off for me. Anyways, let's check other lights. Well, I got my front parking lights to work. I'm having issues getting turn signals to do anything. I'm getting like 8 or 9 volts to the turn signal. I've messed with the flasher. I have bypassed the flasher and just jumped it straight through. I'm still only getting 8 or 9 voltages. I don't know what's going on with there. So I figured let's just come back here to the back and see what's going on. And I see right now that I have no bulb. So let me get a bulb. That looks real clean too. So that may just automatically work. I will be right back. All right, let's see if this bulb is going to fix the issue. Oh, look at there. Wait a minute. I think I got it turned the wrong way because it won't lock in. Well, what's going on with this? It won't turn. Come on, man. Well, anyway, we know our parking lights are working. That's getting really hot, so let me go turn them off and then figure out why that won't push in and turn. Oh, I see why. It's wrong bulb. This is a single, and this is the double. So let's give this another try. Look at there, it turned. Oh, yeah. Parking light. I'm going to go hit the brake. Y'all let me know if we got brake lights or not. Hitting the pedal. Do we have brake lights? Well, I don't know because I ain't back there. What if we turn the lights out? Maybe then I can tell. I don't think we do. No, sir. Let me review the video. I came over here to the passenger side to check it, and I wasn't getting any tail light. Well, I pulled this apart after I checked it with a meter, so I wouldn't get any voltage, and found this wire pulled out of this socket. I'm not real sure how it goes back in. I'll tell you what. Let me pull this off here. Make it a little easier to handle. Then maybe I can get this stuck in there some kind of way. Let's try it approximately like this. Does it stay in? Yeah. Let me check the voltages. See if we're getting voltage there now. We are getting 11.82 volts, so I bet you money if I put this back in here. Which way does that go? Like this. Incorrect. Other way. I bet you if I put this here bulb in this here socket, we'll have a light now. Or not, it could be wrong. Oh, wait a minute, we ain't got a ground. Let me ground it. Well, I don't know what's going on. Let me put this screw back in it. Maybe it'll start working then. Look at there. Oh, yeah. We got tail lights. I got to work on brake lights. So that's sort of a must. Let me see what I can figure out. This side marker, that's the only one that was working when we first got the little fella running. Well, it quit on me. Took it apart and got that working again. Just bad connection, dirty connection, whatever. Then I come over here to this side marker. Pulled it out. And well, we got some cut wires. I'm going to say that's the reason the brake lights don't work, but I'm not 100% sure. Here's why. Because the fuel sending you at the gas gauge wire, I noticed yesterday, is cut right up under here. That may be what that is, or it may be brake and that. I don't know. Let me open this here door and do a little investigate and see what I can figure out. Well, those cut wires are not brake lights. One of them is, I believe, the wire going to the license plate light. And I think the other one is probably the fuel sending unit. Remember I told you it was been cut. I have tested brake switch and all kind of stuff. Getting power to it, just not to the lights. Well, looked at the print, and it goes through the emergency flasher thingamabobs up here. Could be something going on with that. We don't have blinkers. Well, as you can see, I started fooling with the dash light, so I got it pulled out. Well, when I pulled it out just a little bit, I started having blinkers, sort of. So it's got this garbage like Dodge, like the dang old Dodge. And what was it? Oh, a dang old Ford. Got this printed circuit garbage. I don't know why in the world they want to use that, but most likely that's part of the issue. So let me clean this up best I can. I'm gonna try to get all these dash lights to work too, and maybe we can at least get some turn signals. I don't know, fellas. I'm not an electrician. I think I got all of this working. I cleaned everything up, all these little bulb holder socket thingamabobs. It took about 16 years to clean all them up, but I think I got it. I tested it. Put power here wherever it needs to be. And all of this worked, so I think we're good. I only got 2 bulbs. I gotta get some more bulbs tomorrow. Well, then I come over here and gonna look at the windshield wiper. I'm not getting any movement. I sprayed it, everything with Croil of oil, and it'll actually move. Ow, that hurts. But it will move. It ain't locked up. You push the button to make the washer pump work. I hear it clicking, but I'm not getting any kind of movement out of the motor, windshield wiper motor. So I will have to study up on that, look at the wiring diagram and all that, study on that tonight. I really don't want to have to pull that out because it's kind of aggravating to get to. It ain't too bad though, but anyway, I hope I don't have to pull that out. I will study that tonight. I'm going in the house because it's late, like a late start. I did go get tags on this thing today. So where it goes, as far as that goes, title will be here in a few weeks. Anyways, going in the house. Tomorrow we will continue working on the electrical. I would like to get all that done. I hope we don't have to pull this apart, but if we do, we do. I need a new steering wheel because, let me tell you, this is pretty rough. Right there. See how part of it's missing everywhere, and when it goes to spinning on its own, man, that'll catch your hand and it hurts, let me tell you. So maybe I'll just go ahead and pull that off anyway because I got to have a steering wheel. Anyways, I've rambled way too much. Going in the house. See y'all tomorrow. Tis the next day, and the old jalopy is still here. Nobody stole it. Anyway, I got a delivery yesterday intake. Well, that's the exhaust that come yesterday, and this come this morning. It's a bunch of body parts from Summit, their AMD brand. I could get the stuff a lot quicker from Summit than AMD. I don't understand that, fellas. Somebody explain it to me. I'm not sure what all that is. I can tell you it's not floor pans because it'll be a lot bigger box. We'll pull that apart in a minute and see what I got. If I've got A-pillars and rockers and whatnot, we might start on that this evening. Mufflers, they won't be here till tomorrow. Right now, I think I'll get back on the electrical. I'm just doing what I can, fellas, with what I got until I get all the parts. That's the way this whole series is going to be, I'd say. Work on this till I run out of parts. Work on that till I run out of parts. Come back to this and we'll be bouncing around. Anyway, I did get 2 headlights this morning at Ireland. There's a connector for the headlight switch. And then I got some bulbs for the dash. Those are the side markers are the same. Them little fellas are expensive. $8 for 2 of them bulbs. I said, fully on that. Those I'm going to use for the side markers. And then I just bought 30 LEDs for $18. We'll use them in the dash. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I guess we'll start on the windshield wiper motor. See if we can get that working. Been pretty busy. I've got several more lights working. I think we already had parking lights except for this one. Got all them working. Those working on the back over there. Still don't have brake lights yet. Got headlights, as you can see right here. Those are the actual headlights that's going to be here. Got high and low beam working. And then these little fellers here is a side marker right here. Well, I thought it was a side marker. And I fooled with that for 30 minutes trying to get voltage there, and it would not work. Well, I turned the key on just like this right here. And then I hit the blinker lever. And the blinker started working. Well, it's going to make a liar out of me now. You have to wiggle it just right. Let's go this way. Right side's working. Well, let me come over here and just show you. That ain't a side marker. No, sir, it's a blinker. See it doing the blinky blink stuff? Oh yeah. And if I ground this one right here, it goes to blinking. Let me get it grounded good. Come on, man. Look there. Oh yeah, look at there. Blinky blinks. But the marker on the back here on the side is just a side marker. We do have blinky blink in the rear. That's awesome. Oh yeah. Then, well, let me walk over here and just show you what else we got going on. Well, firstly, the blinky blink, you have to wiggle it just right. It's going now on the left side. See it blinking right there? Oh yeah. I'm still gonna pull this apart because it's probably a bunch of cruded up connections in there. I'm doing that next, but right now, let me show you. Let's hit this. We all done. I think I've done showed y'all the washer. Hear that click? Works. Well, look at here what we got. Look what's moving, man. Look what's moving, man. We got windshield wipers, high and low. Oh yeah. All it was with them is there was 2 plugs on the other side of the motor. They were unplugged. Somebody come in here and just started unplugging stuff. The dash was loose. I don't know what they were planning on doing, but I got all that working. Then I started working on the blower fan. Well, let's go over there and let me show you. The blower fan for now is a lost cause. Here's the switch, and it's just all crudded up everywhere. And I took the blower fan out. It was stuck. I was just fixing to put it back in and see if I could just jump power to it, see if it turns or not. When I pulled her out, though, the old mices, well, I'll get it out here in a second. Anyway, the old mouses, they built them a mouse house right down in this area here, just jam-packed. Got my vacuum out and cleaned it. I think we got all the electrical working with the exception of the horn and brake lights. And then, you know, our turn signals are a little iffy, so I think I'm going to pull this steering off, get to all the apparatus in here, and probably just clean that up, and our blinker will start working right. And hopefully we'll get brake lights too, because it runs through that emergency flasher stuff. I think once I do that, we'll get some brake lights back here. But I can't do it right now. The raining clouds have went away. I need to mow because, well, it looks like a jungle out there. I'm going to go mow, and then when I get done with that, we'll come back and get back on this and hopefully finish up the electrical. Then we'll open our boxes over and see what we got. If we got some stuff we can start with, we may start doing the rust repair. I shall return later. Oh, excuse me, sirs and ma'ams. I did not mean to kick you. Well, I got all the yards mowed, weed eated, got the hedges trimmed, did this and that and everything else. And then I said, let's come back out here and work on this a little bit. I was going to pull the steering wheel. I ain't got no steering wheel puller. I thought I did. Apparently not. So I said, well, let's fool with this blower motor a little bit more. Y'all watch this right here. Watch, just watch. Wait a minute. Oh, look at here. Yep. It works just fine and dandy now. I tore it apart. You just take this little feller here out. The squirrel cage fan comes off, and then it was riveted, 4 rivets. I ground them off. Took this apart. Part of the magnet, permanent magnet, part of the magnet has broke off. Had her locked up. Well, I took that out, threw it away, cleaned it up, greased the bearing surface again, put it back together, spot welded the rivets, and, well, here you go. Saved me, I don't know how much these are. Probably a whole lot, but saved me a little bit of money. Oh, yeah. So at least that part of the heating and cooling system's working. I think I may get one of those blower switches, see how much they are. And if they ain't much, go ahead and get that. At least we'll have a blower and maybe some kind of defrost. I don't know. But anyway, it's late. I tell you what, before I go in, let's go tear them boxes apart and see what kind of body parts I got. Well, I got them all out of the boxes. There's left and right rocker, both inners right here. These are the B pillars, or the rear pillars. I'm having a hard time figuring out how they go. I don't know, fellas. This ain't going to be a lot of fun for me. No, sir. I'm not a body man. I don't do it. Anyway, these are footwell kick panel right here. I can't figure out how they go. And here's the A pillar. This goes over yonder. I don't need it. I don't know why I got it, because I got the taller one coming for over there because it's so rotten. Anyway, we're missing the right hand A pillar, third door rocker, and our floor pans, and then these 2 braces. I think that's it. Once again, fellers, I've never done this. I'm not looking forward to it. Nope. And I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to give her the best try I can. Anyways, I'm going to the house. I reckon I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, I don't know what day it is. I think it's the next day again. I ain't worked on it in a couple of days. Been busy doing other things around the house, from being gone for 2 weeks, catching up on that. But I do have all body panels now. There's the floorboards. I got the braces here. Everything's here that I need. Also got a fuel tank right there. She's plastic, buddy. Oh, yeah. That was just as cheap as a steel one. Well, actually, maybe a little cheaper after shipping. I was like, well, let's just get us a plastic tank. We'll never have to worry about rust again. Absolutely not. I have been working on the electrical again. I'm trying not to show that too much of that because, it is kind of boring stuff. But I've got to do it to be able to drive this. So, yeah. I tore this all apart, and of course the mechanism was all crudded up like I thought it was. But y'all watch this. I got dashed back in with all the lights and stuff in. When you turn the key on, well, I get this left indicator comes on, and then I get a dash light coming on over here, and the high beam indicator. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, shining red. Well, when you turn the headlights on, that indicator goes off. And then when I hit high beam, it, does like it should. There's high beam there. I don't know what's going on with that. It's probably a ground. Usually when stuff acts up like that, it's ground. But we do have signals. Let me hit the left. That indicator works. We got a signal there. Come on around the back. Oh, yeah. You got a signal right there. Same thing on the right. And the flashers work. Oh, yeah. Let me push them in. The flashers work, but for some reason, this bulb, well, it's working now. This bulb was not flashing. This side was not flashing before. It is now. That's awesome. I know it's flashing too. Side markers are working. All that's working. I just need to figure out why these lights are coming on when they shouldn't be. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a ground, though. Well, it won't stop. What in the world? Oh, I got the flashers on, you big dummy. All right, anyways, I got turn signals, and we got brake lights. Let me turn the lights out. Let me just show you that real quick. All right, y'all watch back there. Watch them light up. Oh, yeah, see that right there, buddy? We got brake lights. That's awesome. Let me turn the light back on. Now that I got most all of the important electrical working, I'll have to check the ground there. That's probably what that is. Oh, the horn button, the horn relay works. Listen. Hear that relay underneath here? The horns, I guess, are shot. I might get a couple of horns. We'll see. I got to have an interior light bulb. And then I think that's what this wire right here is. I'll have to figure that out and make sure that's what that is. We'll hook that up. It usually goes to the headlight switch. Anyway, we got most all the electrical done. So it's time to move on to something else. I got all the exhaust parts too. Here are the mufflers in this box. Here are a couple of door handles too. But anyway, here are the mufflers. They are Thrush mufflers. That's what's on the Ford, that rattled apart. And what else? Oh, dude, he's got Thrush on him. Anyway, let's raise her up, and I guess let's go ahead and start putting exhaust on. All right, here's how we're going to do the exhaust. I got a lot of those U-bends. We cut them in half and twist them and make an S. Well, that's what we're going to start with here. We're going to come right down through here, up through this hole, over this trailing arm, and then probably a little short piece right here where my hand is. And then the muffler, I'm hoping it's going to go right here, lay flat. I got offset in and offset out because of that. Hopefully it'll fit right here. Then we'll hang it here maybe, come on over the axle. And I'm not sure if I'm going to dip and turn right behind the tire or if I'm going to run it out the back. Depends on how much pipe I got. Probably going to run it right here. And then if I do that, well, we're going to die from asphyxiation because I got a hole big enough to stick my hand in. We'll have to fix that. That's spare tire well. We'll have to fix that with some metal. Because I don't want to die. No, sir. That's not an option. Anyway, let me start cutting some metal and getting it tacked up and see what we got. Y'all look what I got right here. If you will recall, a few weeks ago, a month or two ago, there was a couple that sent me this Evolution saw. It's got the metal cutting blade on it. The first time we'll be using it. It's pretty awesome. Watch this right here too. Remember how the old one was kicking the breaker? Watch this. No, sir, did not kick the breaker. That's awesome. Let me get my glasses on, and we'll try to cut this piece right here in two. Well, it didn't cut it through because it was hitting it. Let me finish that cut, and then we'll twist this 180 and check it out under the truck. Oh yeah. Well, I screwed that up. Let me let me grind that smooth. I think we'll go ahead and put this in here. We'll get him level, and we'll put us a tack in, hold him in place. Now that we got that done, here's the other half of it. I got to figure out exactly where I want it aimed. Ow, that's hot. Golly, Pete, that burnt my arm. Woo! But if I put that right there, approximately, then the muffler can go about right there. Tell you what I need to do. I need to cut me a little short piece of pipe and get these two here connected. Let me do that real quick. Got me a little short piece. This is from one of the other builds. That's why you don't throw stuff away, fellas. Anyway, let me tack that up real quick. Now we can put that in there like that. Get this muffler up here. That'll give us a little better idea of where we're going to put it. I'm going to say about right there. Yep. I got to do a little work on this little connection here. Actually, what I think I'll do is let me grind at least one of these welds loose so I can droop that down a little bit. I shall return. Where are my glaces? I had some glaces. I don't know where they went. Here they are. I found them. I found them. Well, that's some of the strongest tacks I believe I've ever welded in my life. What in the world? Well, I will be. What in the world? All right, there we go. I got her broke loose now. I'll tell you what I probably ought to do. Since that has so much movement, let's just go ahead and tack these two back together again. No, wait a minute, I can't do that because I have to swing this around. So, doggone it. Let's put this one in here. Then, put that little feller right there. I need some muffler stands. I'm going to have to make some here for too long, I guess. Anyway, put that approximately right there. Oh, hey! All right. All right, here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to get this little feller about where I want it. And I'm going to try to mark this end here with this marker. That way we can take it out and at least tack it together. All right, let me see if I can mark it right there. Then, let's do 2 marks. Then let me take that out, tack it together, Maybe that'll help us out. Approximately right in that area there. Would be nice if I didn't blow giant holes in it too. Yep, sure would. That's not the best I've ever done, but it'll do. It'll do. Somewhere in that vicinity, and then get this boofler back up in there. They have an in and out, by the way. That says outlet. Whoom-pow! Whoom-pow! Now, get it about right here. Well, that that broke loose, so that's good. Let me tack this back in place. Try this again. If I put it right there, I can still get my shock bolt out. Just trying to make sure this muffler ain't gonna be in the way of nothing. If I scoot her on back here, that would be even better. Let's do that. Yeah. Let me tack her right there. Let's tack this first, I guess. Tack her right here too. Tack her over here too. Or put one right here. That ain't bad. Well, I got the muffler in place. I don't think we're going to be rattling and hitting anything. Now we got to go over the axle. I think what I'll do is take this here 45. I was going to try to use the 180, but it won't work. Take this here 45, angle her about right in there, and then take a 90. And I think we can make that work some kind of way. We'll have it turned like that though. And it'll come on out this way and out the side. I don't think I'm gonna go out the back. Nope. We're gonna turn her. Might even just stop it right in this area. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. But let me start figuring and cutting on this. All right. Just guesstimating. Y'all know what guesstimating is, don't you? It's guessing and estimating all put together. Anyway, let me guesstimate on this. I want this to be approximately right here, maybe even turned. Well, let's see, probably about like that right there. I don't know that I'll be able to do that, but that's where I want it. Tell you what, let me turn this around because I'm gonna have to cut that off up there. What if I did it like that right there? That's gonna move that up about there. So I'm gonna cut it right there. Let's just see what happens. I don't forgot which end is which. I guess I'll figure it out here in a minute though. Let's try that. Nope, that definitely is not it. What about this right here? Come on, man, get in there. All right, about like that. Then where's my 40 or my 90? If I put it on there approximately in that region there, I don't look too bad, fellers. No, sir. I can scoot it out some. Maybe. Yep. I think that'll work right there. Sure enough, man. Let me get that tacked into place real quick like. I wonder if I ought to aim that a little more. Let's wait on tacking it and yeah. Let's see where I want to go with that first. Let me do a little thinking. I'll be back in a little bit. I don't know that I'm gonna have enough 45. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I won't. Yeah, because I ain't got but 145 left. Let's try a 90 right here. See what that looks like. I really wish I had a good pipe expander. Made it make it so much easier. I'm gonna have to look online tonight to see what I can find. Anyway, let me Let me do a little thinking. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, what I got right here looks pretty good. Going over the axle there. Even if I want to do a C-notch, I think we still got plenty of room. I can bring her back just a little bit more about like that right there if I want to. But then a 90 don't work out because it's aimed too high. And then a 45, well, it's too low. So I think what I'm gonna do, I got a lot of these 180s. We'll stick her up there. I'll mark a little fella where it needs to be, where it'll work out here. And I got a couple, and we just cut off that piece there. We'll put there and run it on out. I don't know, maybe just a wee bit past this inside of this fender here. Yeah, let me work on that for a little bit. Stick it up in here like that right there. And then I'm gonna eyeball a level mark about right there. Cut this off, and then we'll just have to piece it together from here to there. May have to do some pie cuts too. I don't like doing pie cuts because they get on my nerves. It's a lot of welding, but might have to. Well, I got to use the old cutoff wheel for this because I can't get it in the saw there. All right, did that help us out any at all, or am I wasting my time? If we put that there, I could make that work right there, I believe. Let's try that. Let me cut this off. We'll cut it a little long right there. And then I'll tack this stuff up and we'll step back, take a look at it. I got this cut a little closer to what we need. Let's test fit her one more time. About right there. Tell you what, let me get a jack stand. Hold this up right here. About right there. I don't want to get too close to the frame. I don't want no rattling. But I could live with that, I do believe. Let's get outside and look at it. Well, I dropped it down, normal level to look at it. And the only thing I don't like is you can see the exhaust through here, but this is going to be about 4 inches lower. I don't think we'll be able to see that. Nope. So I think I'm gonna do it like that right there. Yep, looks pretty good. Let me raise her back up, cut it off, tack it up, and then I'm hoping I can pull it out and put it on the table over there and weld it up. I think I'll go ahead and cut this off before I weld anything up. I'm gonna try to do a straight line right approximately through there. Well, I got her cut off. Let me check it one more time, make sure that ain't bad. It'll be all right. If I don't like it, I can change it. How about that? Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead, tack some of this stuff in. All right, let's see if I can get it out of here and weld it up. Well, I got the body jacked up, got this separated. Hoping I can wiggle this through here, but I don't think it's gonna happen, but let's give her the old try anyways. See if we can get it out. Oh, look at here. Almost, fellas, almost. That shock is in the way, so is this brake line. Tell you what, let me take that shock off and I believe it'll come out. Oh, I knocked my microphone on the face. Now that the shock's out of the way, will it come on out? Oh, look at here, fellas. Oh, yeah. Let me go weld this up real quick. All right, got her welded up. Can I get it back in now? I don't really remember how I did this. Come on, man. Oh, look here. We might have it. By George. I think we've got it. Awesome. Let me let this jack down, get it out of the way. Well, let me get it in place and weld this last weld up here. Then we'll be back and we'll have a look-see at it. Now I need to get to the very top. I don't know how I'm going to do that because I can't see it. I'm going to blindly weld it out here, I guess. By George, I think we've got it. It's looks pretty good, actually. Yep. There's one weld up here we will skip. I won't show you, no sir, because it's pretty doggone bad. But the rest of them look good, yeah. I'm pleased with this, yeah. It is late though, and I will probably not start on this side tonight. I'll get it tomorrow. I've got to clean up in here too. It is just an absolute mess. Just look at it. So I reckon sometime tomorrow I'll be back and we'll fire this thing up, see what it sounds like, and then I'm not sure what we're going to work on next. I would like to do the fuel system next, but I don't have a fuel. Well, I got a fuel pump, but I don't want it to be the permanent one. Anyway, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, we got us a predicament, fellers. Maybe. I hope not, but maybe. I was out here today, started on the driver's side muffler placement, and I just happened to look right here. Here's your trailing arm, and then here's your muffler. You got, well, where's the tape? I'll just measure and see what we got. We got approximately a little over 3 inches. Well, I'm going to drop it 4 inches. So I'm afraid, I know you got a ratio. If you drop it 4 here, it might only be 2 here. I don't know what it's going to be. So what I got to do, pull these springs out, drop her down the 4 inches that I want, and then see if what we got right here, see if we got enough room for suspension travel and all that. It's really aggravating. I really do not want to have to cut that exhaust back out. But you got to do what you got to do, fellers. Live and learn. Let me get these springs out so I can drop her down 4 inches. That's what I should have done to begin with, was lower it first and get it where it's going to be, then do the exhaust. Well, y'all know me. I do stuff backwards. Anyways, I done had to cut the head of this bolt off for this lower spring holder downer thing. Let me get them out, and then we'll see where we're at. I hope this here comes loose easier than this bottom bolt did, but I kind of doubt it. I have soaked her in the old Croil of oil. Let's see what happens. Oh no, it ain't doing nothing. That gum. She's rusted tight, fellers. Let me get a breaker bar on this, see if I can at least make it move. What's going to give? The breaker bar, the bolt, or me? Oh, me. I think it might have broke free a little bit, but I ain't sure. What are we going to do? Let me get around this way. Push. Something's giving. Yeah. I think she finally broke free right there. Come on, man. I wouldn't care if a sucker broke. Make things a lot easier. I don't know if it's spinning on the wrench or if it's actually breaking free. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's turning. Ooh. Anyway, let me get this out and I'll be back when I can get that spring out and the other one too. Let me tell y'all what, fellas, that was some work right there. That one broke finally on the top. I cut the bottom one, and that one actually broke free and spun out of the nut. It was a job for the impact, but it finally come out. What I'm gonna do now is raise it up, get these springs out, and we'll drop it back down where I need it. All right, let me get this little bolt and holder downer thing out of the way. There's one spring. Gotta go up a little bit more. There's one more spring. Now let me let her down. It's 28.5 inches what I gotta go to the fender well out there. So going down. All right, let me measure that and see where we're at. Where's my tape? Well, I've lost it. Here it is. I found it. Oh, we got to go down another 3 inches. 2 inches. Excuse me. Well, I think the shock. No? I thought that shock was going to hold us up, but it ain't. It's hitting the bump stops. I may have to cut them off. But anyway, let me measure and see where we're at. Well, I got her dropped down, and it's sitting on the bump stops there. We got about 1.5 inch clearance right here. Probably want a little bit more. It ain't but about 1 inch over here. This side sits just a wee bit lower. But the most important thing right now is this clearance here. We got about 1 1/8 inches. I'm going to leave it because I'm probably going to raise this back up a little bit. I think it'll be okay. But this muffler over here, we're going to scoot her just as far back as we can to avoid hitting that. And you may be wondering, well, how in the world are you going to adjust that? Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you, we are going with airbags. Matter of fact, I done bought the airbags for the rear. We can set this feller where we want to now. Oh, yeah. Probably won't get on that till next week, but it's quite a bit lower in the back. Oh, yeah, it's about 4 inches. Yep. I think it's going to look pretty good. But I do, and I know I'll probably get some comments. Why you want to go slow? Because I want to. It's mine. Anyway, I do want to go lower with it eventually. We'll probably do a C-notch, but we ain't got that kind of time right now, fellas. Let me get this exhaust done over here on the driver's side, and I'll be back, and hopefully we'll have enough time today to at least start on the fuel system. I shall return after a while. Last weld, fellas, last weld. Blew a hole, man, blew a hole. Let me show y'all something right here. I blew a hole here on the bottom. I kept, dirt daubing it, trying to get it filled up. Well, it would just sort of bubble, and I don't know. Well, I thought I'd finally got it. Turned around for a second, and then turned back around. This is what I see. What in the devil is that? Let me grind that off. It's probably going to be a hole. I'll have to fill it in, and I don't know. Let me see if I can get that took care of. As I suspected, there is a hole there. Let me get my helmet and see if I can fill that in. By George, I think I got it. We now have exhaust on the old Jolly Green Giant. Oh, yeah. It gets the Backyard Butcher stamp of approval, too. Oh, yeah, that means it's a pretty good job. I tried to keep it as symmetrical as I could. But this muffler, well, she's a little twisted. That'll be all right. And it's a little towards the back, about 3 to 4 inches. I did that so we could have more room here compared to the room we got right here. That ain't very good, but I think we'll be okay there, as long as it don't go any lower than what it is right now. Let's go out here Well, let's go to the other side because it's kind of dark over here. I want to look at it from the outside, and I'm not a fan of being able to see this, but we are eye level with it. When we drop her down, you might not be able to see it as much. And two, I don't know that I'm a fan of this either. I want to do something a little different than what I normally do. You know, I usually run them out the back or dump them right before the axle. I figure let's do a little something different. It'll be all right for now. This one does stick out past this because, you know, this is, well, she's a little caved in. Anyways, let me let it down. I'll hook up the square gas tank. We'll fire it up, see what it sounds like. Well, it don't sound too bad. Idling is actually pretty quiet. I'm not a huge fan of the tone when you're revving it up. Let me set y'all out here, let you hear it. Well, I ain't really a fan of that sound, that tone, no. It sounds like, remember me telling y'all before, an old farm truck from the 70s or 80s had glass packs on it. Yeah, I don't like that sound. No, sir, not at all. But it's going to have to do because I ain't changing it. If you will recall, I did the exhaust up here like I did so we could run us an H pipe. If we got time, we may end up doing that. See if it changes the tone. I don't know if, I know the sound won't, I haven't gotten it yet. And I don't know if it's due to the mufflers or where I'm putting the mufflers. I don't know. I got to do a little study on that, but it'll be okay for now. I think I'm going to go in the house because it's getting kind of late. I'm getting hungry. Yep, I'm a growing boy. I'm wasting away nothing, so I got to eat. Tomorrow, we'll run us a fuel system. See y'all then. Well, as you can see, we have a beautiful, non-dirty floor. I've cleaned all the tools up. Oh, yeah, it took me an hour or so right there. But it needed to be done because it was pretty nasty in here. Anyways, a word about the exhaust. Last night, whilst I was editing it, I got really good speakers on my computer, and let me tell you, sounds like garbage. It really does. It's the worst exhaust system I've ever built, and I don't really know why. What's that thing called out there? The Ford Silver Bullet. It's basically the same thing. It's got tailpipes. They're about this long, and it don't sound nowhere near that bad. The mufflers, I can't remember. They're probably, you know, a little closer. The whole exhaust system is longer, but it's just, yeah, it's a terrible, terrible sound. I got a few ideas that we can do. Maybe put an H pipe up here, and I like to experiment. I wouldn't mind putting one across the tailpipe here, just see what it do. I don't know, fellas. I don't like the sound of it. That's all I can tell you. Anyways, we'll worry about that another day. Today, hopefully, is going to be fuel system day. And I've been fooling with this fuel sending unit for the last little bit. It wasn't reading, so I took it apart. Well, let me just show you. Let me put you on the camera stand, actually. I can show you a little bit better. Let me show you a little bit about the fuel sending unit here. I tore it apart. It's got little tangs that are bent over. You just straighten them out and you can pull this off. It's got this little piece right here. See how green it is? Well, that's a little contact. See a little round thing right there? There's a contact that rubs on, it's basically a potentiometer. See that little round thing in there? Well, it's wrapped with a bunch of little wire, resistor wire. And as this thing moves across that, you know, as it gets full and empty, well, it rubs that, and the ohms resistance changes, and that makes your gauge work. Well, all this was really crudded up, and it was only working when it was down here in like the last quarter of the tank. So I took sandpaper, cleaned this up, cleaned that little contact up there. Seems to be working pretty good. I dropped a little spring that goes here, so I'll have to find that here in just a minute. But let me put this back together, and then we'll get over and start putting the fuel tank in. Wait a minute. I need to test this float. I tell you what, let me do that real quick. Dunk it in some water, and let's make sure this ain't got no hole in it. Look at there. There's a spring on the floor. I found it. I found it. Ta-da! Here is a thing full of wooders that I use to cool stuff after I've ground it. Let's dunk this old feller down in there. Just like that right there. You give her a light squeeze. You don't want to try to crush it, but give her a light squeeze. If you don't see any air bubbles, then it's pretty good. You want to spin it around and all that and squeeze it. I don't see an air bubble, so I think our float is good. Awesome and awesome. Let's get that put back together. Well, in true MLS fashion, the tank won't fit. It's too wide. Yep, it's 29.5. And where you see your straps here, there's a hole where it hooks. And you got another hole over here where it hooks. Well, from there to there is no more than 28 3/8. That one's 29.5, yep. I don't have time to send it back and wait on another one, so I reckon what I'll do is I'll come over here and drill me a couple more holes. Let me get that done real quick. All right, I'm gonna precisely measure this hole, and we'll put her about right there. I will precisely measure this hole. Put it about right there too. And it's gonna walk on me because I can't get directly under it. All right, let me drill them out to a bigger size and I'll be back. I think we're ready to go now. Let's get her up in here and see what we got. I gotta get these hoses over here. Then the hose from the sending unit has got to go up in here and behind this here brace. Just like that right there. Then pick her on up. And is it gonna work? Well, I think so. Let me get a strap-a-lappa up here in place. I don't think it's gonna work, fellas. The strap's too long now because the tank is just made wrong. Yep. I swear. It angers me when people say, this is a replacement. It doesn't fit. It's not a replacement. Let me work on these straps. I'll have to drill me a different hole. All right, I re-drilled the holes. I'm hoping they're in the right place. I guess we're gonna find out here in just a moment. Gotta get this here hosiery back around this cross member. Shall it fit? Or am I gonna have to redo it again? Come on, man, get in there. Like a hair, like a hair. I think it's gonna work. Let me get this other one done up real quick, like get it bent like it needs to be. Get her tightened up. Actually, I need a deep well, you big dummy. No, sir. No, sir, no, sir. I gotta redo my holes because that ain't right. One of them is okay, the other one, I don't like it. So, yeah, I'm out of threads too, so I need to redo it because yeah, she's a flopping. This here I think will be okay though. Let me work on this in here. I'll be back in a little bit. All right, I'm guessing at where the hole needs to go. It don't need a whole lot of a movement, but it does need some. We're gonna try her about right there. Well, I think it'll do. I don't like it. I wish I'd have got a metal tank now. Probably be the last plastic tank I get. Every metal tank I ever bought, bolted right in. So yeah. But anyway, it is what it is. That's what we're going to use. I got to hook these two hoses up and then start running a line to the front of the truck. But before I do that, I get to take this tank back down and hook all my wires up to my sending unit. Let me do that and then we'll start running the line to the front. Well, I got my hosieries done up there. I'm not sure about that main fill hose. It's a Flexible radiator hose is what it is. That's all I can find at the moment. Well, here's the deal. The tank inlet, 1.25 inches, and the fill neck up there is 1 3/8 inches. Why? That's another thing wrong with that tank. Why would you do that? Do engineers not check things out before they make them, design them? I don't know. Apparently not. This light here too, it dims on its own. As it dims, it goes a flickering on the camera. So I have to turn it off, turn it back on. It's brighter and it's not flickering. Anyways, I just love things. Yes, everything works great. Here's another thing that probably ain't gonna work very great. It's a clickety-clack Edelbrock pump. I bought this on the way home from North Carolina as a backup. It's not gonna be permanent in here. I wanna find a good centrifugal pump in line. I still ain't found one that I'm satisfied with. So for the time being, just so we can check, our fuel system out, we're gonna hook it up right in there, and then from here to the front of the vehicle, we're gonna run 3/8 aluminum fuel line. So let me get this hooked up. There ain't a whole lot of room in here because I got my jack here. I can't get a camera in here is what I'm saying. Let me get this done, and I'll be back and we'll run that fuel line. I got the line run. Now I'm trying to get some clamper lamps on it. Then once I do that, we get to go up top and run it to the carburetor device. All right, I'm gonna put maybe one more right here if I can get my gun in there. If not, then I ain't gonna worry about it. We'll proceed to continue. How about that? I don't think I can get one. Maybe if I go through here. Oh yeah, look at there. Let me get that in, I'll be back. Well, I got it done underneath there. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cut it. I wish I could, just bend it up here one whole line, but that's kind of hard to do. I'm gonna cut it here. If I had a flare fitting, then I would couple it with that. I don't have one, so I'm just gonna use a short piece of hose to couple it, and then I'll bend me a piece up here, and a little short piece of hose there, and we'll be done. Unless I need a fuel pressure regulator. I probably will, but I don't have that right now, so we'll worry about that when I cross that bridge. Let me get this cut firstly. I also know, by the way, I figured I would lose a bunch of tools out there in North Carolina. I only lost 2. Well, 1 really. I lost a small straight screwdriver that I used to adjust these here carburetor devices with. I have no clue where it went. And then about a 1 foot long pry bar. Looked for that thing for days. Well, my brother-in-law sent me a picture of it the day that I left. I left it in that Corvair. Anyway, so I really only lost 1 little small tool. That's pretty good. Put a little short piece of hose right here, real quick like as a coupling. Then I'm gonna take this here piece, put it in there. Let's go right through here. That'll be all right. Wait a minute. Got another clamp. Now, let me get this where I need it. I'll be back and we'll try that fuel pump out. Actually, I might hook a gauge to it first just to see what kind of pressure we got. Then, if it ain't real high, we'll go ahead and hook it up to the carb and fill the tank up with gasolines and see if it'll run. Well, I think the fuel system is done, other than this pump here. Like I said, it's temporary. This is temporary wiring too, just to check for leaks and make sure everything's gonna be all right. See my line and my wire running down through there. Well, I gotta cut 2 wire ties, I forgot them. Anyway, let me go to the store and get some gasolines and fill the tank up. Then we'll check our fuel pressure and go from there. Fill her up, boys. Fill her up. I fixed, oh crap. I knew that was gonna happen. Yep. I knew that was gonna happen. Here's why. The ID of the hole going into that tank is really small. It might be 1 inch. I knew that was gonna happen. Yep. That tank is garbage. Don't buy a plastic tank. Nope. Garbagerie, sure is. I'll probably end up buying a steel tank eventually. Anyway, let me see if I can get this put in there slowly. We got gasolines in the tank. Key is on. I'm gonna hit this battery cable to the battery. Hopefully we see some fuel pumping right here. And here's the pump. Oh, look at here, fellas. Oh, yeah. We got lots and lots of fuel flowing. Yep. Now, let me hook up my gauge. That's how much we got just in a couple seconds. Let me hook up my gauge and we'll see what kind of pressure we got. All right. What kind of pressures do we have? That's showing 7.5. It jumped up and then dropped just a wee bit. But yeah, we're hitting 7-ish pounds. So we'll probably have to have a regulator. I done looked and my usual O'Reilly's does not have one in stock. So there's one town over. I'm debating on whether or not to go get it, because it's about a 30-minute drive one way. Let me go get it. Might as well get done with this tonight. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, I got me a fuel pressure regulatory device. Oh yeah, I got this from AutoZone. This is a Spectra unit. The one on the Ford is a Holley. It does pretty good. It does vary a little bit, but it does okay. But O'Reilly's didn't have a Holley, and well, AutoZone had this Spectra. I thought, well, let's just go to AutoZone and get it instead of going all the way, to another town. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out where I want to mount it. The bottom is the end. I thought about putting it right here, and then this side here will go to the carb. This side over here is for a fuel pressure gauge. They wanted 50 dineros for a little old bitty gauge. I can't give that, fellas. Well, we're still having to pinch pennies. I know some of y'all get aggravated when I talk about this, but I don't know why. But YouTube's put a hurting on not just me, but other YouTube channels bigger than me. They've seen a 30, 40, 50% drop in revenue, about what I've seen over the last 8 months. Yeah, it just happened all at once. Anyway, that's why we're reusing the fuel sending unit back there in the gas tank, because that was $50 there. We got to save money where we can, fellas, because I'm not getting rich. I know some of y'all think I am. Trust me, not getting rich, and I have to buy parts on a daily basis. Anyway, enough of that. I thought about mounting it. Well, that's upside down, you dummy. I thought about mounting it here, because if I mount it over here, well, I can't, because I'm going to try to use the LT1 bracket for the accessories. If I do, then the alternator and all that will be right here, because I want air conditioning on this truck eventually. I don't know if I can use that bracket. It may hit the frame. But anyway, I don't want this over here in the way just in case I do. So I figure let's mount her here, about right there maybe. Fuel comes in the bottom. This will go to the carb. And eventually, I'm going to look on Amazon tonight, see if I can't find a cheap gauge. But I think, yeah, that looks pretty good right there. Let me get that mounted. I'll be back and we'll try the thing out, see how it does. Well, I got the regulatory device mounted. Now I'm fixing to clamp this line right here somewhere so she don't move around and get over on the exhaust and set the truck on fire and burn it down and kill me in the process. That's the goal anyway. I need a small piece of hose from here to here. And I think for now, I hate using rubber hose for fuel line, but for now, just for simplicity's sake, because I think I'm going to redo the feed into the, what's that called, carburetor. I'm going to make my own custom line. So for now, let's just run a hose over there to there. That'll be plenty long right there for now, and then this little short piece will go here. Let me cut it off. Cut it off, man! Cut it off! I've run out of small gear clamps. I got this kind right here. It's got the little bolt and whatnot. And the head of that bolt is metric. It angers me to no end because I don't have a metric nut driver to put it on there quickly and easily. Yep, it makes me angry. Anyway, I got to buy some more tonight if I can think about it. All right, now that I got them done up, let's get this here hooked on here. since I don't have a gauge, we'll set pressure like this. Then I'll pull this back off, run this line over to the inlet feed on that carburetor device. All right, what kind of pressure do we have right now? Well, it's showing 7. Let me do a little adjusting on it and see what we got. Normally screwing one in makes the pressure go up. That's why I had it backed all the way out. Maybe it's backwards. I gotta relieve the pressure. The regulator acting weird. Normally you back it all the way off, 0 pressure, run it all the way in to raise pressure. Well, I backed it all the way off, it was showing 7, but I run it all the way in, it was showing 7, but if I run it about halfway, we're showing 4. So I don't know. Let me back it off about right there and see what we get this time. That's about 3.5. Let's leave it right there. It shouldn't need no more than that. Let me lock her down. I'll run this line over there and we'll fire it up and give her the old try. Well, I got all the lines run. I hit the pump and I got the side out of the bowl here. I was going to check the float level. And, well, we're at the same place we were with the Ford. Let me back up. This is the 600 that was on this motor. We took it off of here and put it on the Ford. Remember, I was headed to North Carolina, come home. Put this carb on it. I told y'all it had some idle issues. I didn't like it. Pulled it off. Put the 750 back on, but put this float bowl on, and everything seemed fine until I got to North Carolina. Well, when I got home, I swapped the float bowls back. This is what belongs on this carb. Remember, this was on the Ford. Well, I've got her adjusted just as low as it will go. And, well, let me turn the fuel pump on. Y'all watch the fuel come out of that hole. I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not. It's just a flowing. It blows my mind, fellers. I'm going to pull this off. I got an old needle and seat where I don't know what I did with it. Let's put the old needle and seat in there and just see what it does. We got the bowl off. Here's the needle and seat. And y'all won't be able to see it, but I can definitely see gobs of trash that would keep that needle from seating and cutting off flow. That's what the issue is. How though? How is trash getting in this bowl when there's a filter right in front of it? I don't know. Let me clean this up. I got the old seat here. I may stick it back in there. Let's just see what it does. I dug the trash out of that needle and seat. It's right there. See that black speck? I think it's maybe rubber off that O-ring right there because it looks eat up. I bet you money that's what it is. That rubber come off the O-ring and then drop down in there and, yep, holding it open. Anyways, let me get this put back together. By George, I think we got it. Yep. Put her back on. I just sort of guessed at the fuel level at first. Turn the pump on. And they say if you jostle the car back and forth, you want just a little bit sloshing out. That's basically where it's at. It ain't flooding out anymore. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So let me hook the battery up. Turn the key on, we'll raise it up with the pump running, and we'll check for leaks back yonder and up here and everywhere else. And then if we ain't got no leaks, we'll fire it up. Well, I don't see no leaky leaks. I don't see no drippy drips anywhere at all. So I think we're good to go. Let's fire it up. Fire it up, man. I did notice last night when I was watching the video, every time I rev it, she smoked pretty good. I'm hoping we got that fixed with the carburetor device. Fire in the hole. Do we see any smoke when I rev it up? I don't think so. Got a little bit of moisture coming out, but it ain't smoking like it was anymore. No, sir. I got to get a return spring on that too. But here's something weird about this car, but I ain't been able to figure out yet. When you go to rev it up, it's got a shudder, hesitation in the motor. That's why I didn't run it on the Ford when we come back. You know, when I changed carbs, I said, you know, there's something wrong with the idle and whatnot. That's why, because I don't know. I got to figure that out. I don't know if it's something to do with the pump shot or something else, but it's sitting here idling pretty good. Yep. Still don't really like the sound of it. We're gonna work on that, but I can't run it long because I've completely forgot till now that. Remember we had an issue with the wiring on the fan controller. What did I have it hooked to? The ignition wire, I think. I gotta find a different wire to hook it to. We'll worry about that later, but yeah, I think we're pretty good. We got us a fuel system now. Well, it's been a pretty good week. Oh yeah, we've got quite a bit done. We got the electrical mostly done, but I just noticed though that nothing on the dash is working now. It's a bad connection. Probably that printed circuit stuff. I don't like it, but ain't nothing I can do about it. Anyway, we got all the important lights working. Got an exhaust system. Got a fuel system. Oh yeah, we've done quite a bit this week. We got from today, we got about 3.5 weeks left. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have plenty of time. Next week, we're gonna start on this rust repair. Fellas, I ain't looking forward to it. That's something I've never done. I don't have any experience with it. Hopefully it goes smoothly. I guess you'll just have to tune in next week to find out. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit that like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. And until next time, go do something. Blur, blur.